A look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Brooklyn Beats and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll set up to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Jackson. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Throwing deep here for Coleman. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go now. Boom, Niners.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 319. 319.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere.
319. 319.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jerry Hughes in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Jackson. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or playing the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
319. 319.
Again on second and 10, it's Jackson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play action with Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Carl Lawson able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Brooklyn football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
Now it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. Carl Lawson in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is it something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Mixon trying to punch it in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hot! Hot!
They'll run with Mixon, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Showing some grits and some guts going for it. Their 4th and goal, pounding it in.
And being rewarded for that confidence in the team, huh? The coach saying, let's go ahead and get this. And how about the guys up front firing out, finding a little bit of a crack for them to get through? Touchdown. I love it.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half. Especially in the secondary, they've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Cincinnati. 48 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 9.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Eluding the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me.
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse. I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person when it's played well and is skillful. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it.
Check back. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And they're going to have this across. Midfield and inside the 45. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Gone! Detroit!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a 3rd-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stiff. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now. They'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Detroit!
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now Joe Mixon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They go play action now. Jackson. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Jackson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Now they'll run it on the toss. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
All right, now, look at.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going deep downfield for Ross. It got his man complete. A big play there for the Bengals. 46 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Buying time to his left. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Had a good move, but only able to work it to the 20-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Fighting to stay upright. Steps away to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Now the Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I
would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Jackson on first down. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Mixon with it. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He finds his target. It's Matthews. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Back into that Philly. Here we go. Gun, 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 gun. Detroit, Detroit.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jerry Hughes on the stop. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Staying on his feet. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, wide open. Complete. That goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football each and every time, won't you?
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Now back to throw. Keeps himself, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. In for the score. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. And, man, Charles, talking about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Detroit! 36. Watch him now, Barney!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Matt Milano, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Now Jackson on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 16. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over, 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 over. Hot! Hot!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They come up in an offset eye.
Lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Rashawn Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On 3rd down, Jackson over the middle, complete. It's Richardson, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One last shot for Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, your defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Cincinnati, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.